Is an intrinsic part of the nature of man. From a very young age, we play with all kinds of things, cards, stones, marbles. We use games to learn and develop our knowledge about the world around us. Magic and math have long been traveling companions with us, but magicians and mathematicians are motivated by the sense of surprise that represents the essential mystery of the world. The magicians display such astonishing facts, while mathematicians try to explain them, the science of illusion versus the illusion of the science.
The main idea of the team is that we naturally believe that math is the method for having a result in the correct way, but now we can appreciate more about the different ways to get a result and the different branches it covers. You may think that mathematics are boring. That's why our objective is to imply that maths are not only about numbers and operations, etc. Then you may realize that we can play with maths, like the following games that we are going to explore.
Why use math and magic for teaching? Math and magic may seem a strange combination, but most of the magic tricks that we have nowadays use math bases. Also, most of the famous magicians, such as Darren Brown and David Blaine, use math tricks to their performance. A fact is that nowadays, math is the secret behind the technology we use. A perfect example that demonstrates the relationship between both is the one we call think of a number trick. Magic is so attractive to human beings that it's impossible to think of one person that do not like to see a good trick.
A magician is a person who shows a surprising, inexplicable fact before us, and a mathematician is that person who tries to explain mysterious fact that on many occasions comes in magical. That's why we can associate the two professions in something in our daily life. According to Christian Bailey, the subject of mathematics is most often associated with logic, rules, and reasons, something thought it's best served with a side of magic. We know that one of the less appealing subjects is mathematics because of its abstract nature and complexity, but it is also one that gives some of the most necessary tools that we will use in the future, and there's need to make math interesting. That's why over the time they have been discovered and implemented new learning method. Magic is closely related to math in the science behind. It can be used as a resource to help to learn mathematical skills and increase interest in math.
If we ask about the name of a mathematician, the majority would name Pythagoras. At the time, Pythagoras thought science was related to mysticism, and it was because the vast majority of the population didn't know why things happened. Therefore, they thought it was magic. The relationship between science and magic has continued to manifest itself throughout the centuries in many different ways. The first printed book that refers to mathematical magic was De Subtilate Rerum, dates from the 16th century, and its author is Dr. Gerolamo Cardano. Later works mixed mathematics, physics, chemistry, and magic, in one title Recreation mathématique et physique, written by Jacques Anserand. Also, the book Mathematics, Magic and Mystery, worked by Martin Gardner, was the first book that totally focused on mathematical magic.
Processing mathematical formula is a cognitive task that most of us do every day. A recent analysis of the processing of different structural hierarchies in a mathematical formulas found that the ventral amount of the left anterior inferior frontal gyrus, in addition to the bilateral temporal medial and inferior parietal zones, show an increase in activation in response to complicated hierarchical constructions compared to flat constructions. Here, we focus on the neural basis of processing the semantic content of mathematical formulas, that are their truth value.
With all this information, we can realize that by combining game and illusion with the mathematical content, it will be possible to capture attention and promote effective learning. Of course, there are some tricks that don't involve mathematical calculations or cannot be decomposed and studied through them. There are magic tricks that often hide the immediate secret using cards, coins, or hats. The simplest of them is to use numbers, like the ones we are going to see for.
The first game is about giving support to the children who are going through a stage of basic learning. With this activity, they don't get bored while the child is acquiring knowledge and they are practicing. For example, an elementary school child is learning to add, subtract, multiply, divide, the basic operations. As we know, at that age, children have a different mentality from an adult. For them, it's very difficult to learn mathematics or just have theory in their classes. So it's easier for them throughout a game. They can distract them and help them to learn. In this game, we use arithmetic mental and we find character by the classification.
Now I'm going to tell the general idea of our workshop. The general idea is to share a magic trick through math and change people's ideas about what they think about math. Through new learnings like being able to have fun using math since we've never really done it. The purpose is to show people that maths are not that boring as they look like, and we can learn a lot about them just by doing some game exercise. A lot of people hate maths because they think they are stressful and boring, but when they start to see them in a different way, maths become better and fun. People will be surprised how many ways we can play with numbers. This kind of game with operations helps human brain to speed it up and keep it active while we remember all the knowledge. It is something fun that you could use it with your friends and waste time.
We are going to play a game. So you must think of a character and I'm going to try to guess it, okay? So think your character. You got it? Yes. Okay. So then I'm gonna say some questions and if you answer correctly, you have a chance to give me your characteristic, okay?
Yes.
So let's start with the first question. The first question is subtract 70 of 518.
Okay. 448.
Yes, correct. Okay, the first question of your characteristics is your character female?
Yes.
Okay, so second operation 1000 plus 1 minus 3.
Okay. 998.
Okay, yeah, great. The next question is your character a superhero? The next question is 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4.
12.
Yeah, great. Okay. The question, does your character really exist?
No.
Okay. The next operation is 5 multiplied for 7 plus 15 minus 3.
Okay. 47.
Okay, yeah. The question is, does your character have magical powers?
No.
No, okay. The next operation is 270 divided by 3 plus 2.
306.
Okay, yeah, 62. The next question is your character an animal?
No.
No? Okay. The next. 3 plus 20 minus 4.
19.
Yeah. Is your character blonde?
Yes.
Okay. The next question is 150 plus 3
Minus
12.
It's 142.
42, yeah. The question is your character a Disney princess?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. 8 by 7 minus 11.
46.
Yeah, great. Okay. Has your character lost a shoe?
Yes.
Okay. The next question is subtract 13 from 29.
It's 16.
Yeah. Okay. Does your character wear a blue dress?
Yes.
Okay. It's said that your character is Cinderella. Is it right?
Yes.
Okay. And we find the character that it was Cinderella.
Yeah.